more than a decade after the defeat of the Resources Development Administration, RDA. Jake Sully has fully embraced life as a Na'vi. He and Netiri are married and raising a family within the Omaticaya clan in the forests of Pandora. Their children include Netium, the responsible eldest son, Loak, the impulsive second son, Tuktairi Tuk, their youngest daughter, and Kiri, who was born mysteriously from the comatose avatar body of Dr. Grace Augustine. They have also adopted Spider, a human boy born on Pandora, and unable to survive in its atmosphere without a breathing mask. Jake now leads the Omaticaya as a guerrilla commander, conducting hit-and-run attacks against returning human forces. His narration reveals that the humans are no longer merely extracting resources, they intend to permanently colonize Pandora, as Earth has become increasingly uninhabitable. The RDA introduces a new weapon, recombinant soldiers, Na'vi bodies implanted with the memories and personalities of deceased human soldiers. Among them is Colonel Miles Quaritch, effectively resurrected. Though technically a copy, this new Quaritch inherits the hatred and obsession his predecessor had for Jake Sully. Quaritch's mission is clear: track down Jake, dismantle his resistance and kill him. Unlike before, Quaritch must navigate Pandora as a Na'vi, learning its customs and wildlife while struggling with flashes of unfamiliar emotion and identity. When Quaritch begins targeting the Omaticaya, including burning parts of the forest and threatening Jake's children, Jake realizes that staying will bring destruction to his clan. Against Netiri's wishes, he chooses exile over leadership, believing that removing himself will protect their people. The Sully family travels far from the forests to the oceanic regions of Pandora, seeking refuge with the Metkaina, a reef-dwelling Na'vi clan. Led by Tornawari and Runnel, the Metkaina have adapted physically and culturally to the sea, with broader tails and arms built for swimming. Jake and his family are accepted, but not without tension. The Sully children struggle to adapt to life in the ocean, particularly Loak and Kiri. Loak is mocked by Metkaina youths and repeatedly gets into trouble, reinforcing Jake's belief that he is reckless and irresponsible. Kiri displays an unusually deep spiritual connection to Awa, the planetary consciousness of Pandora. During a ritual, she experiences a seizure-like vision while communicating with the underwater spirit world, suggesting that her origins and purpose are extraordinary, possibly even divine. Meanwhile, Loak befriends Payakan, a tulkun, a massive, whale-like species known for high intelligence, emotional depth, and a strict pacifist culture. Payakan is an outcast among his kind, blamed for violent actions taken in the past after humans slaughtered his family. Quaritch and his recon squad track Jake to the Metkaina region. Unable to locate him immediately, they capture Spider. Quaritch interrogates the boy, but gradually develops a strange bond with him, recognizing Spider as the biological son of his original human self. Spider refuses to betray Jake but helps Quaritch survive Pandora's dangers, teaching him Na'vi language and customs. This uneasy relationship exposes Quaritch's internal conflict while still ruthless. He begins to question what it means to be a father, and whether memories alone define identity. The humans resume industrial operations in the ocean, now hunting tulkun for amrita, a substance extracted from their brains that halts human aging. This brutal whaling operation is depicted as systematic and cruel. Payakan's mother is killed during one such hunt, devastating him and enraging Loak. The Metkaina are forced to confront the humans directly, despite their desire to avoid war. The destruction of the tulkun shatters the illusion that the ocean clans can remain neutral. Quaritch captures Jake and Netiri's children during a raid, using them as leverage to force Jake into surrender. This leads to a massive battle aboard a human whaling vessel. The Metkaina warriors, tulkun, and Sully family launch a coordinated assault as the ship is set ablaze and begins to sink. During the chaos, Netium is fatally shot while saving Loak and Spider. The family escapes the sinking vessel, but Netium dies shortly after reaching safety. His death marks a turning point for Jake and Neturi, who are overwhelmed by grief. Neturi, consumed by rage, nearly kills Spider in retaliation for Netium's death, but ultimately cannot do it. Quaritch and Jake engage in a final underwater fight inside the wreckage. Jake defeats Quaritch and leaves him to drown. Spider, unable to let Quaritch die, rescues him despite rejecting him as a father. Quaritch escapes alone, ensuring he will remain a future threat. The film ends with the Sully family mourning Nitium in a Na'vi funeral ritual. Jake abandons the idea of running and declares that the ocean people are now his family. The Sullys choose to stay with the Metcaina, accepting the sea as their new home and acknowledging that the war for Pandora is far from over.